on most of the time, aren't you? On one thing or another.
I feel like I've taken acid. I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I just went too high and never came down.
Under 17, not admitted without parents or guardian.
I see the pieces all coming together. How could I not notice? I feel under a spell, the smell of the jacket, the way that you wear it, the way that you smoke. How did I not know? You're like a mother to me, just like a mother. I need a mother to me, just like a mother, just like a mother. Do you understand? You're under the influence of a dangerous man. I'm just all the girls who know the way that you move, the way that you dance, the way that you stand. They can't understand. How did they not know? You're like a mother to me, just like a mother. I need a mother to me, just like a mother, just like a mother. You're like a mother to me, just like a mother. I need a mother to me, just like a mother, just like a mother. Do you want them to me just like a mother? I need a mother to me just like a mother. Do you want them to me just like a mother? Just like a mother. Do you want them to me just like a mother? I need a mother to me just like a mother. Do you want them to me just like a mother? Just like a mother.
I honestly believe that even just a little bit of Steiger is enough to transform you inside. And tonight we're going to discover that.
This was my first Rod Steiger movie, not Amityville or, you know.
Yeah.
So this is where my love for him grew from.
So you saw this way before you saw Amityville Horror.
Yeah. I saw this movie for the first time. It was like a weird day. My dad and I weren't doing anything, and it was on AMC, like in the afternoon, or the movie channel maybe. And he was like, "This is really good. I think you'd like it." And I was a kid at the time. It's probably in my top 10 of all time favorite movies.
Wow.
It just grew.
I'm getting like an echo effect from you guys.
You see if I move this down here if it's better.
Yeah. If you
Is that
turn it all
better?
the way down, you won't be able to hear me at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay.
My voice is terrible as it is. I don't want an echo.
It was only my terrible voice that was echoing, so.
Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta pull Reggie out. He's eating a wire.
Oh, please. Well, you should be showing Reggie off, is what you should be
Yeah.
doing.
Here he comes. Ta-da.
Dun-dun.
Baby Reg.
There he is. What a good boy.
Tiny
Reggie.
Reg.
Oh, such a cutie.
And I look forward to meeting everyone at the drive-in. I mean, if this isn't reason to come to the Monsterama, I don't know what.
He
might be
may
a whole
not bite
3
you.
pounds by then.
Says I'll be ready to eat cheese fries by then.
And he may or may not bite you, so
Yeah.
you're warned. Is he biting? Does he bite?
Yes. But not mean like Kabiwas. These are playful bites. These are what I call nips.
Okay.
Nothing is safe. Your ears, your nose,
These
clothing, wires.
Yeah.
And right now, anything is a toy. Like when we walk him in the grass, we have to look out for weeds and stuff because if he sees a dandelion, it's a toy and we have to eat it. So, and then when I throw it away, we have to chase it and go find it. Rocks or toys. What else?
Cats.
Cats or toys.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he's very playful right now.
Hmm.
And
I'm
he
sure
has
the
very
cats
sharp
love it,
little
right?
shark teeth. Yeah, no, yeah, they love him. He's making Elvis's life hell. Elvis just
Poor
likes
thing.
to relax, and he's always on top of him and trying to play with him. But
Elvis likes him more than Lola, though. Lola could care less.
yeah, she doesn't like anybody.
But
See, there he goes. He's biting my hand.
mhm.
So.
But he's a very sweet boy.
Thanks to our sponsors, Nora Wallace and Michael Orlando Yacarino. Michael's never in the chat, but I know he lurks, and we want to thank both of you guys for donating to this particular show. If you want to send a small donation to groovydoom@gmail.com via PayPal, just a small amount of money, we and Mr. Barlow will thank you. And
That was almost Reggie's name.
I know. You know,
oh,
when we were going through the naming process, I was like, it's got to be something horror, you know? And there's nothing I like from, no names I liked from Halloween. And we already have a friend who has an animal named Loomis, so we didn't want to copy the name. I went through Halloween too, and I'm not going to name the poor dog Jimmy, you know?
you weren't going to name him Tramer?
Yeah, Ben Tramer.
Ben Tramer. That was my name for him. Was Ben Tramer. But
So when I fell on, you know, I love Salem's Lot, so I was like, what about Mr. Barlow or Mr. Steiger? I'm like, nobody will understand. It's okay.
Not nobody. I would have right away.
I know everybody here would, but strangers would be like, what?
yeah, this is our dog, Mr. Barlow. And like, what's that about? Well, he's a vampire that tries to destroy an entire town and so on.
Well, you know who played Mr. Barlow, don't you, in the movie in '79? Reggie Nalder.
Oh, yeah. So then we kind of did it.
You
Maybe
found a
that's
way
where-
through the back door, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Reggie Bannister.
Maybe that's not the best way to put it.
No, he's Reggie Bannister.
I mean, I even thought about Jody from Phantasm, but then, you know, they're like, is that a girl? Is that, you know, no.
All my names were turned down. Bruno Matai the dog was a good name. Joe D'Amato.
John
I had
Owen
all,
Jr.
I tried all the Joe D'Amato names. Raph Donato, David Hills. All these names were turned
Vincent
down.
Dawn, how about?
Vincent Dawn would have been a dream name for a dog. This is my dog, Vincent Dawn. But no, Reggie's the right name for him. His name was, Oakley was his original name?
Oakley was his birth name.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean his birth name? Who had,
He's from a breeder. So that was the name she
they
gave the
named
breeder.
them?
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been like puppy number 1.
Yeah. Puppy
Yeah,
dog.
he was born Oakley, son of Stormy and Miss Lily.
Yeah, his name's Stormy. He's 4 pounds. But now he's Reggie, 2.4 pounds. At least until he goes to the vet this week, and then we'll have an update.
Mm-hmm. He goes on Tuesday for his second checkup.
Yep.
Mrs. Alves. That'd be a great name, too, for a cat.
Mr.
cat.
Garrett. I know.
Mr. Garrett.
Oh, he's an old friend of the Christies.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. So young. So pretty.
So young. So pretty.
And like, I mean, Jason. That's not a good name for a dog. Like, no.
No, because everybody's named Jason. There are a lot of Jasons, not everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure I could have, I don't know, even The Shining, you know.
Yeah.
Jack would have been cute.
Yeah.
Mr. Halloran.
Mr. Howard. That maybe that'll
Mr. Allman the dog.
Yeah.
Nora, we
Right.
thanked you for your donation already. Since you just got here, you missed it, but you'll see it again at least like 5 or 6 times during tonight's show.
Yeah.
The only other thing I liked was Pooh Bear from Killer Clowns.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
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 But he's Reggie and it fits him.
Yeah.
So, No Way to Treat a Lady.
Yeah.
Is this a comedy? Is it a horror film? Is it a drama?
It's a
Describe it.
comedic thriller from, and it's strange. I mean, the opening scene or the first act, I would say, was very off-putting. And like, if you've never seen it before, you're not expecting it. Like, what happens, or the way that these people act. And I love the weird music. This movie to me is everything. It's fashion. It's furniture movie for sure. Like, it's the best decorating vibes in this movie. It's New York and the late 60s. It's fabulous. At one point, the main character, she gets a job working at the Met, and like, it's just fabulous New York. And then there's a serial killer running around.
What was she doing at the Met?
I don't think it's ever said, because he meets her there for lunch. Like, and that's just her job.
I wonder if she's
But
selling tickets.
probably. And of course, I mean, my favorite, I think it's hard. I love so many people in this movie. We get, Michael Dunn and Murray Hamilton, and there's a lot of older stars that I recognize, but I don't know all their work, so I don't want
Eileen
to speak
Heckert.
about it.
Oh my
Well,
God,
that's
Eileen
what I was
Heckert.
going to say. She is by far a favorite, Mrs. Daigle.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Her performance in this, I mean, it sealed it for me. I saw The Bad Seed before I saw this movie, so I liked her in that first, obviously. But her performance in this as a old Jewish mother, it's fantastic.
You know
After we
something,
watched,
Christine. You know
after
something
we
and you're not
watched,
telling me.
exactly. Claude won that pin fair and square.
Would you say that Claude won that pin fair and square, or did you say it cheated?
Do you remember her first name?
Uh,
Hortense.
Hortense makes no sense. Has
He's
no
like,
sense.
come on, Hortense, let's go. Her husband. I should have shown those together. It should have been an Eileen Eckhart double feature. But
She's hardly in Burn Offerings, which is annoying. I wanted more Eileen Heckert in Burn Offerings.
she was in a lot of movies towards the end of her life. Like, she was in the first Wives Club. She played Diane Keaton's mother. She was in a bunch of stuff towards the end. So she has an amazing career. And like I said, she's one of my favorites.
You got a pre-Omen Lee Remick too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a very handsome George Siegel. Like, this is the only time I found George Siegel attractive. Like, later
What's
on, when
different about him here?
I think he's real cute.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's because he was a banjo player. He'd always bring his banjo into the night show. Banjo.
I know nothing about that.
I only know George Siegel as from late sitcom star. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like
he was on Just Shoot Me.
on Just Shoot Me, yeah.
The Goldbergs.
Yeah.
And he was in, I hated him in Look Who's Talking. He played Kirstie Alley's boss, the one that she was having the affair with.
He was a sex symbol, though, for his time. Like, when this movie came out, he was a sex symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if Rod Steiger was, but,
According to some people, I think so.
Some people might find Rod Steiger attractive. I don't know who they would be. But.
It seems like I should, but I really don't.
Yeah. Jack Smite, who directed this, I hate to say what movie he also directed. Damnation Alley. So let's not judge him, because he also directed he just directed The Illustrated Man, which is really good. And he directed this, which is really good.
Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox, says Chris.
Yeah. And he directed Number One with a Bullet for Cannon. That was his next to last movie. So I was excited that Jack Smite did that. He did a lot of films, but, Damnation Alley we can forgive him for. This is a lot more exciting than Damnation Alley. So, let me hand over this boy.
I just saw David Asisino's comment, Dr. Mixter. That would have been good.
Dr. Mixter.
I think he's been drinking. He was at the party.
Better come quick.
Yeah.
Laurie Strode. She's had a reaction to the medication. I love how they ADR'd that line in there because I don't think that was in there originally. It just sounds different than all the other lines. I'm like, they
Mhm.
probably just didn't say anything what it was, and then they were like, well, audiences aren't going to accept this. Like, they have to have an
Exactly.
explanation as to what's going on with Laurie.
When was the last time you had a tetanus shot?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He also directed Airport 75, which I like. So I think that's another positive one that we can
Oh, I
say.
love it. Karen Black landing the plane, or well,
With her
sort of
goofy eyeballs.
flying it for a while.
I love 75. I think it's nuts. It's
That's the first one I ever saw.
Oh, really? I like all of them, though. I mean, I've gone on
It
about
scared me about planes for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like 79, the Concorde, so, I have no, no taste, as they would say.
Hey, how about these blacklight posters? This little thing that we're seeing right now. I Like It Spooky posters, and they're actually printed on tapestries.
Yeah.
That are glow in the dark. Yeah, I
Did
think
it
you
turn
have
on your
one.
light?
Yeah,
This
I
very
actually
one.
got one with the blacklight. Let me turn it on.
Far
I have
out.
a split one, but it's pretty rad.
It's kind of hard to.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have. Look, there's Mr. Barlow right there. So, but yeah, they're really nice, and when you see them in person, like they really pop. He spent over a year getting those the colors and everything right so that they glow that way. There's more coming too. So there's a really cool Suspiria one on the site, and they're just really neat. So
I want
check
every
them out.
single one of them.
Yeah. I know. He said, I'm going to send you one to show on the show. Well, what do you want? And I'm like, there's Lola.
Oh.
Oh, Lola.
At least she hasn't put her butt on the camera
It's a
yet.
family affair.
She had
She
it on
will.
camera earlier. She was showing. She's on
She's
the
an
pole.
exhibitionist. She loves
She
it.
is. Yeah, she
She's
Here
was.
it comes.
We were showing a Lindsay Lohan movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I know.
She's like, I want to.
I want to.
Lola.
I wanted to.
I
she
want
said.
it. I want it. Oh, Lola, don't tease us like that. Now, come on.
She's a lady.
Oh.
Oh man! Fire the cameraman.
Thank God,
It had to happen, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
No.
Oh no!
This is
That
a
needs
total breakdown.
Yeah.
This is.
That turn. No, that's good for now.
okay.
That's good for now.
I think in one of those views, there should have been somebody chained up off camera that no one could see.
Elvis.
Anyway, the blacklight posters. I always wanted a blacklight poster, so I'm really excited about having one now.
I want an Alice Cooper blacklight poster from the 70s or something.
Clones one.
Oh my God. Anything from the blackout years. Could you imagine? I doubt they made any kind of merch for that.
No.
I mean, I think even he wanted to pretend that never happened for a long time.
I love that era. I think and they have a new album too. The original Alice band has a whole new album.
I thought that stuff was just as good as the 70s Alice Cooper, which was, a different thing, sort of. But he was still keeping it real, and it was just weird. It was stuff that we really hadn't experienced before. And then the hair metal stuff, I like it, but he wasn't shocking anymore,
Well, it's like he did a bunch of songs with Desmond Child writing them, who wrote like a lot of later Kiss stuff too, like the ballady kind of stuff. Like Poison's an okay song, but it's not great.
It just sounded like everything else, He sounded like other people for the first time in his career, I think.
Yeah, I did like Kane Roberts, who played guitar for him, that like gigantic steroided up dude. Like,
I like him too.
Yeah. I liked some members. Kip Winger was in that band too from Winger. That was the bass player from that era of Alice.
Yeah.
But Becca saw the video for Man Behind the Mask and she's like, this song is horrible.
It's the worst song ever.
Becca.
I know.
She was, but when it came out, she was like -2 or whatever, So like she doesn't understand. Like when we're Alice and and Friday the 13th together. Like that was a big deal to us when we were kids. So
Plus, it was not hair metal; it was synth pop, which was a
I
strange.
like the idea of it.
Yeah,
I don't like
that,
where they went.
I like that all the Friday the 13th movies, once they realized they didn't want people to know they were shooting them, like, and they used like Bowie titles for the fake names of the movies, which I find really funny.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have an article I wrote about it on the site that has some of the names. There was one was like Gene Genie, and I can't remember what the other one was. There were some deep cut like Diamond Dogs era Bowie songs, like
Ooh.
B-sides that they used, and it was like, wow, that's cool. So, like Blue, I love that Blue Harvest was Return of the Jedi. Like, well, we're not making Return of the Jedi, we're making Blue Harvest, and the logo looks just like Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. Where kids would try to find it. But this movie is what I like about No Way to Treat a Lady is it feels like before New Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like 68, it's like right at the cusp of New Hollywood. So it's still like the time when it's like they would put a huge budget into a movie. You know what I mean? Like even though it's like, does it need a huge budget? Maybe not. But I kind of like that about it. And it feels just like a big Hollywood movie of that era. So that's what I love about it. And if you think about it, like a year later, 2 years later, this genre becomes it's not giallo, but it's it's a murder mystery. But then
It's not giallo because they're not a masked killer. I mean,
No.
you know who the killer
you know who
is.
the killer. But we're like 2 years
see
away.
him.
Yeah, but it's I think it's also like it has not slasher elements, but it's like a movie that has a killer that you're like, yeah, you hate him, but he's also so charismatic that you're like, oh wow, like this is a good killer, which is very slasherish of that time. So
Yeah, he's got all sorts of roles to step into in this because the
Yeah.
killer dons different disguises, a la Terror Train, maybe. Not quite like that, but
yeah, a little Terror Train.
it's
There's
more.
a reason why, though, behind it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh man,
It has to do with mother.
Mother?
maybe.
My mother?
There's one you didn't see coming, right?
yeah,
It's something
that
to do
didn't
with
come from
mother.
Psycho at all. No.
And I read in a thing that he originally Rod Steiger was supposed to take the role of the cop, but he thought once he read the script that the killer was going to steal the show.
He wanted to do that part.
He renegotiated and
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'll do this part."
Yeah,
So, which I couldn't imagine it the other way around. So, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Good choice.
I don't know who else would have been able to play it like he does.
No.
So he was nominated, as we saw, for an Oscar. He won a lot of awards for this too.
I have, when we come back for second segment, if you've never seen this before, there's so many one-liners. This is also a favorite movie of like my brother, and we'll call each other every once in a while and randomly say a line from this movie because there's just so many good ones. But I'll share
just-
a few.
I'm flabbergasted by this movie has people. It's just like, star after star after star. Doris Roberts shows up in this.
Yeah,
Yep.
And Roberts is welcome in any film as far as I'm concerned. If not,
Now,
she
did
should.
you watch this? Had you seen this before?
Yes, I have seen it before, but it's one of those movies that I saw it such a long time ago. I don't really remember anything about it other than Rod Steiger is on massive amounts of amphetamines or something while he's doing this part. But yeah, it was one of those movies that I never really thought very much about, to be honest. And then I was glad that you were so emphatic about doing this because it made me see it in a new way.
Mm-hmm.
you got David Doyle's in it from
Yes.
Charlie Angels.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched him in. It was a coincidence. I just watched Vigilante Force,
Oh yeah.
and he is in that. And he gets run over by a car right in the middle of the street. Poor David Doyle.
You got Val Bisoglio, who was what's his name's dad in Saturday Night Fever. John Travolta's dad in that. You got Ruth White. A lot of Tony stage actors in this, which is pretty cool. She's also in To Kill a Mockingbird and Hang 'Em High and Charlie, Midnight Cowboy. She's in some pretty big stuff. And then Doris Roberts, Irene Daly. Let's see what she was in.
They couldn't find something for Irene Miracle.
She was also in Amityville Horror. She was Aunt Helena in Amityville Horror. She's also in Five Easy Pieces too. But only did like 5 movies. Barbara Baxley. A lot of Alfred Hitchcock presents. A lot of TV stuff. She's also in Exorcist 3. And Norma Ray in Nashville. She's Lady Pearl in Nashville.
Oh my God. She's obsessed with the Kennedys. Lady Pearl in Nashville. I love that lady.
Martine Bartlett was Sybil's mom in Sybil. I remember being afraid of her as a kid.
Oh, yeah. She was mean.
Yeah. And she's the mom in Kansas City Bomber, which is a pretty good roller derby movie, which I really like. Michael Dunn, obviously, Wild Wild West. That's what he's super, super known for. And Murray Hamilton, I wonder what movie he was in.
The beaches are open.
The beaches remain open. Yeah. And you're right. She was in Heartbreak Ridge. Burn Offerings. The Butterflies Are Free. Up the Down Staircase. The Bad Seed. Eileen Eckhart. Yeah. So this cast is in a ton of stuff. So,
well, but this was a period cast. I mean, this is from the very era that all these people did their most well-known things. So, yeah, I guess it's not so astonishing that there would be that many people, recognizable faces in it. It's just rarely are they collected. It seems so personal and No Way to Treat a Lady.
Also, the writer of it, John Gay is his name. He did a lot of literary adaptions and small screen remakes, but he also wrote Diversions and Delights, an Oscar Wilde play that Vincent Price toured for 3 years as a one-man show. So he wrote it for Vincent Price. In the 77 to 80, he toured with it. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
That's far out.
Yeah.
You may wonder why.
I can't do a good Vincent Price, but I'm like, I'm Oscar Wilde.
Yeah. I can't either. No, but I like too that this has a lot of, and I mean, I don't know, much about the 60s. Obviously, I wasn't there. But it's got, some things that I don't know if it was all that common yet in film. There's homosexual stuff. There's female impersonators. There's all kinds of stuff. And I just love that it encapsulates all these different characters. And like I said, everybody plays their part so well. And just, I think it has a lot of charm about it. And it's just a good story from start to finish.
I'm excited to see what.
And I hope that if you haven't seen it, that this becomes one of your favorites too.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you've seen it or not seen it.
And how long have we been waiting for it to be on streaming? I have asked my husband every week for probably 3 years. Is it on yet? Can we show it?
You know what's funny is it goes off Pluto tonight at midnight.
Well, we better be done.
Oh my God, that's really down to the wire.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Yeah, but I saw it. It was like it's off Pluto at midnight. Also, it's also in their net archive. It's also on a couple other places.
Yeah.
So
you got to dig for it, though. I had a tough time finding this. I had to ask you. I'm like, where the hell did you find it? I don't know. You're so much better at that than I am. I thought I had it down, and every single time I can't find something, you pull it out of nowhere.
We have an old. This didn't come out on Blu-ray until 2021. Screen Factory put it up, but we still have the original DVD. There's the camera.
Yes.
The DVD of it, and that was the only release for the longest time. Was this? So we haven't upgraded to. I'm sure as soon as we get the Blu-ray, it'll come out in 4K. So that's usually the way it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You may wonder why we're looking at an ad for Sergeant Riker, but at the very top you can see why. There's a sneak preview, and they don't tell you the title of the movie, but it says we do say it's No Way to Treat a Lady, even if it's all in fun.
Oh,
that's
so this
awesome.
was clearly No Way to Treat a Lady was the sneak preview. because this was in February of 1968, and then in March of 1968 is when it debuted. Here's another little teaser. This is how we know that No Way to Treat a Lady is an important screen event, because it was on its way to the cinema, and it was mature, provocative themes to make your movie going worthwhile. That's how they described it,
Wow.
along with The Graduate.
Yeah.
That's a kind of cool double feature. I like that. I love the poster for this.
I
By the way,
know.
with the hands, like it's just really cool looking.
We need to get that poster for down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is pretty striking.
it's
And-
kind of
and-
Hitchcock looking. Do you know what I mean? Like the design of the beginning of his movies. Like I'm sure that was intentional.
Well, it sort of also misrepresents the movie a little bit because of all the comedy that's in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's what's cool about it, though. It's like it has equal moments of horror and is it it is a woman's picture if Becca likes it, so
Yes.
I would assume it's a woman's picture.
It's one woman's picture. It might be another
Yeah.
woman's picture too.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool. A lot of people haven't seen it.
It's to prepare all my lady friends. Don't
Yeah.
let anyone in your apartment or house. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, if you see that poster with the hands, you're like, oh man, this is gonna be super dark. This is gonna be like Wait Until Dark or one of those kind of things.
Ironically, it was out in theaters right around the same time as Wait Until Dark.
Yeah, and Lee Remick was the Tony Award winner for the stage version of Wait Until Dark. She originated.
Yeah,
the role.
that's right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So maybe they were because I think Broadway plays were maybe a bigger deal at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like this being a play. I mean, Wait Until Dark being. So I'm sure that was like, oh, like it's a similar role.
No,
And it's just like, hey, if you're not doing anything, No Way to Treat a Lady.
Yeah, the Helen Reddy song is not the theme. As I was going through Internet Archive, I kept getting music videos for that and not the movie. So. Yeah.
Oh, the music in this movie is all 60s.
it's
There was an
amazing.
Broadway production of this though as well.
Mhm.
In the 80s, they did a stage play in the 90s too. I love that Translux logo, Bill. That's gorgeous.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, Lee Remick.
Here's a little promo. Remick showing her mug.
Yeah.
She's the best clothes in this movie.
She's
Of
very
course
classy.
she is.
All solid color.
These are
Oh.
all Rod Steiger.
Oh,
I'd say bottom right's for Bill. That's the bottom. The bottom.
my favorite is top right. Dorian, baby. Dorian Smith.
You're right, Sam.
Yeah, he has kind of a Skipper kind of look there.
Yeah, kind of.
This ad's awesome. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's pretty intense too. Like someone getting strangled in the ad too.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
this,
it's a little bit of romance and a lot of strangling.
this is from Pittsburgh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The theaters, they played the Cheswick, which is where I saw many, many movies growing up. I could
Cheswick
walk
Quad.
there. The Cheswick. It wasn't the quads at this time, but yeah, eventually became the Cheswick quads. First, it was a
Childhood.
twin.
The childhood home of Billy Van Ryn.
No, Springdale was where I lived, but
Springfield.
it was within walking distance of Cheswick.
I was gonna say, are they one and the same or two different?
No, they're two different boroughs.
I like this ad though, and it's there's a chance with like how much type was in it and how much white on black that it wouldn't reproduce, but this looks really nice.
I was just glad that there was a little variation in the ads. I thought they were all
Yeah.
the faces and hands.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, that's a cool one.
Now, here is a drive-in panel. This is not from the original run. This was from October of '68. So that's when Wait Until Dark had time to come out, as you can see it there
Yeah.
at the Ardmore.
Oh man, how about In the Heat of the Night was playing too?
Yes, another
Another-
Steiger vehicle.
Yes.
That's another Becca fave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I like that one
They
too.
call me Mr. Tibbs.
they call me Mr. Tibbs. That's the greatest line ever. Man, Bonnie and Clyde too at the drive-in. These are all at this point. It looks like everything's fancy at the drive-in. Like these are like night out at the like. You know what I mean? Like date night movies. Like these are all like major movies,
In Cold Blood with Berserk.
right? I love that.
Serious film, and then a film where it's not so serious.
Yeah. Oh, I like that though. That's a good mix.
Oh, the Penthouse. It was shown with the Penthouse at Greater Pittsburgh. Poor Susie Kendall. Why does everyone
Oh.
always want to hurt Susie Kendall?
I know. It's like she can't get a break.
Have you seen the Penthouse?
I have not seen the Penthouse.
Oh, it's like a home invasion thing. It's kind of like, it's a little Last House light.
Ooh. You know what I did see yesterday at Half Price Books? I saw a Penthouse puzzle from Penthouse Magazine, and it came not in a box, but
in a can.
in a can, like a can of peanuts, like literally, and it had a pop top on it. I haven't seen one of those in years. It was $300. I'm like, I don't need that puzzle. Yeah, I don't need that puzzle that bad.
Who does that? Who would pay that much for it?
Someone did at one point, and they ruined it for the rest of us. They're like, "Oh, well, it's $20. I'll give you $300." I'm like, "Well, that's the price now. It's never going down."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being the person who had to buy that though? When some creepy old guy brought in his Penthouse puzzles.
This Penthouse puzzle, like,
and you're like, thanks.
is
I'll
it
put
still
these on the shelf.
is it still sealed? And he's like, "No, it's not sealed." Like, oh,
Or like when the one in Monroeville had all those books
yeah.
for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, who brought these in?
They're erotica. Like,
Oh,
no, they're not.
Like, and it's one thing to like have one in there and like bring in, Nancy Drew, all this other old stuff, like
Yeah.
your vintage. But to have all your books be that and just give someone a box of it,
Here's the
it's-
box.
Yeah.
The box is
that's a
small.
lot of unloading.
But that's the thing is like if when it gets old enough, like
Mhm.
after like
Then it's
I think like
priceless.
40 or 50 years, it's not pornography anymore. It's classic erotica.
yeah.
So at some point, like all the magazines of the 90s, like those are scummy. No, it's a classic erotica.
Magazines in general are
Yeah.
going up in value for that reason.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Just you can't
Non-used.
get it anymore.
No, you can't. Who buys magazines?
Catalogs,
anymore?
too.
Yeah, we've been watching the Playboy Murders on
HBO.
on HBO, and it's every episode is some way that a Playboy centerfold was involved in a murder. You would be surprised. 4 seasons of it. There's a lot of murder in the Playboy world, and
Very good.
very good. But like they have to like set up in every episode. In the 70s, Playboy was the biggest thing in the world. But yes, it was. Like it was like a big deal, and like
Imagine
if you
having
watched
to
it-
explain Playboy to somebody.
Yeah, and they're like they even had they even had a mansion and and like they have to explain it to you every episode because they're sure there's 25-year-old kids and like what's a Playboy, like what is this stuff?
And
I want to
every
move on
episode-
from this ad, but I want to say before we move on, Colonial was showing it with Psycho,
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
which is pretty amazing. I don't.
that's a good double feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it over Mother's Day?
Hopefully. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I went the wrong way. Here we go.
Oh wow, that's neat. The Guild. The Guild's a good name for a theater. It seems like that seems like an art theater kind of name.
I don't know where it was on Murray Avenue at Beacon, so
Wow.
it would have been right there on the corner.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't
Huh.
picture what's there though.
Huh.
It's been
Was
such
Murray
a long
go-
time since
yeah,
I've
Murray,
been.
someone going up the hill. Yeah. I wonder if that's where became Galiftes.
No, Galiftes is like in between.
Is that where that?
Galiftes is right next to where Heads Together used to be.
Yeah.
That's by his store.
Oh, is it?
Sharon's.
Oh, okay.
Beacon's further down there.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
there's 2 big hits. Barefoot in
Wow.
the Park and No Way to Treat a Lady. Again, from the bizarre to the mundane and back again. Barefoot in the Park.
I like that we just threw out Galiftes. Like maybe there's like 4 people in chat that knows what
I know.
Galiftes-
Sorry, we're talking
was-
Pittsburgh stuff.
Yeah, it was a really good restaurant, and back in the day, Becca would have hated it because they had like Onion Week. Like it was all different onion-based dishes. This
There's what I'm talking about. I love it.
Awesome.
This was an appearance by Kim August at the 82 Club.
Wow.
But was Kim was not Rod Steiger, obviously.
No. You'll have to see how that ties in his costume for that.
Okay, yeah. See, because I recognized the hairstyle and the costume, but clearly that is no Steiger. So yeah, you could go see Kim August at the 82 Club. It's like a female impersonator, a drag tie-in with No Way to Treat a Lady.
She is where our drink video comes from.
Yeah.
The Pink Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
She
Spoiler
orders
alert.
at the bar. Yeah, spoiler alert. 2 pink ladies.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I love seeing this. I was thinking about this week, Bill. It's like usually we're grabbing more drive-in fare for these ads. So to see how this played and how it was advertised, especially in Pittsburgh, and stuff out of it, there's some really cool stuff for this. So thanks for going through those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right on. So you want to do the drink segment now?
Sure.
We were already talking about the Pink Lady. Maybe we should roll it out. But
yeah.
So hang in there. We'll be right back. Meanwhile, watch this.
At the end of a tough day, this woman still has to face the moment of truth.
The last thing I need is spots on my glasses. And what have I got? Spots on my glasses.
If your dishwasher...
Please, no spots tonight.
Cascade's moment of truth.
Cascade, you did it.
I don't believe this.
He's been called the Pied Piper of Pounds, determined to bring fun and laughter to die-hard fat fighters. And on weight loss, he has a different point of view.
Oh, are these good turkey shots? Are we getting good turkey shots?
He's Richard Simmons, and he'll guarantee you a good time.
Aren't you glad you came to this show?
The Richard Simmons Show, weekday mornings at 10:30 on Channel 11.
A psychotic strangler possesses many disguises, a deadly fetish, and an unusual friend.
Detective Squad, Brummel.
Oh, Morris, I have been a bad boy again.
I want radio, television, and press announcements, warning people to keep their doors locked.
Rod Steiger stars in No Way to Treat a Lady, Thursday at 8 on Channel 17.
Hello. We're going to make a Pink Lady today. We're on the other side of the kitchen. Decided to change it up, freshen it up a bit.
I'm cooking on this side.
Yeah.
So
It's corned beef. What are we making in a Pink Lady, you might ask? This is a drink from the movie No Way to Treat a Lady. It actually shows up in it. An ounce of gin, half an ounce apricot brandy, quarter of an ounce of grenadine, almost an ounce of lemon juice, and 1 egg white. What you're going to do is a dry shake. What's a dry shake, you might ask? Good question. Dry shake, yep. Becca knows, no ice. So let's put everything in. Let's give it a dry shake real quick. Make sure it's sealed. Give it a nice...
Shake it hard.
Shake it hard, get it all around there. Okay, now we're going to put ice in. There we go. You can leave the cube in there, that's fine. All right, here we go. All right, now you'll just pour it into your glass. It's a Pink Lady. And Jeff, Pink Lady. What does it taste like, you might wonder? It's a good question. We've been making a lot of drinks with Jen over the last couple of weeks, these daddy drinks. That's very nice. Well, Pazuzu. That is a very interesting drink. Not at all what I expected. Very smooth. I think if you put even more grenadine in, maybe a little less gin, you might get a very even milder aroma to it. But it's really nice. So Pazuzu, and we'll see you for the movie.
Do you want to hear?
Oops.
At the end, Becca,
Mhm.
Becca says,
She says, the lady who orders that drink, she says, what's the difference between a dead man and a drunk man? One carries the drink, the other, the drink carries him. Enjoy the show.
Sorry, I stepped on your drink.
I'm so funny. You had to hear that joke.
Well, I didn't kill it
Hysterical.
totally. We still heard it.
It was not good. Don't worry.
no, it's good. You're sweet. The
Pizzucci
drink is
to
really
everybody.
good, though. It's a very fancy drink.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't make it though. I got some Jamesons.
Oh, that's good. Both drinks came out good. 2 pink drinks this week. I should have made a blue drink back to remind me for the second movie, but
I was expecting it to be blue, to be honest.
I know. Out of all,
I know.
what do you always make? Green drinks.
Green, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's
No matter what he mixes together, it always turns out green.
pink lemonade.
It
green.
does have that
It's
hue
green.
to it.
Yeah.
Brown liquor turns green.
Brown
Yeah.
plus brown equals green. Oh well.
Oh well.
What can you
It's
do?
the taste that counts, right?
Exactly.
It is. So I'm excited to watch this. I
know.
haven't seen it in a while, so it's good.
I'm very excited for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me pick tonight.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
You know, now that the camera's in the basement, we never see you walking around in the background anymore in your
Well,
Mrs.
just for you, I
Elrod.
did wear I had on a gray t-shirt because I was up in the yard. But these are my pajamas. But I figured,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Mrs. Elrod. It's too hot right now for a robe, but I would be in one.
Yeah. It's not October 31st, so there's no
No,
need.
Maybe
I only
second
get that
segment.
big. Yeah,
You'll be in it.
I'll bust it out for that.
Yeah.
Do you think in Haddonfield they actually? It had to have been Halloween the very day, because I guess that was back when no matter what day Halloween fell on, that's when you trick or treated.
Right.
Yeah.
We
I
didn't
don't
have
like
anything
it.
like
So
that.
they do it now.
No, I don't like it when they trick or treat
So
on.
weird.
Yeah,
Like that was the whole point, and I get it that people have different work schedules now and stuff, but like my parents made it happen. Like if they didn't both take us, one of them took us.
yeah.
Somebody took us. So, and you went whether it was raining, snowing, like it didn't matter. And I swear to you, I feel like it was colder back in the day. Like it felt more fall. I don't know.
It was colder, like even 10 years ago.
I know.
Yeah. I don't like this trunk or treat stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
No. You go door to door and you get your stuff.
It's contrived. It's
Yeah.
fun, probably for the kids because they get candy, but it's contrived. There's an element of danger in Halloween and trick or
My
treating.
favorite thing was at the end of the night.
Well, even like the kids in, they used to bus kids from bad neighborhoods out to the suburbs and stuff. And that's what you did. Like, even if, they're worried
Yeah.
about safety or whatever, you go to wherever you're going to trick or treat. Like, there's no rules. And now I feel like there's too many rules on Halloween.
I used to love. We had a big wicker basket that we put all our candy into.
Mhm.
My brother and I would combine it. Noah doesn't usually like candy, and he would we would go through the stuff he wanted and the stuff I wanted, and of course I'm fat. My pile is huge, but like.
And your brother's picky.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like milk duds. I'm like, oh yeah, give me all them milk duds.
Sam's like, I don't have any dislikes. Put it all
Give me
over
them
there.
Whoppers and milk duds. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, I love Whoppers.
Oh my god! You remember when they used to sell them like in a milk carton at Kmart? Like, there was like a carton and you would just pour it out. Oh, Whoppers are the
I
best.
still got these from Easter. These
Oh,
Robin
yeah.
Egg Mini.
Yeah. Becca's been lately mini M&M peanut butter M&Ms. That's been
I love peanut butter M&Ms.
peanut butter M&M's been the treat of du jour here, and Butterfinger, Bart Simpson's favorite candy bar. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your hands off my Butterfinger, isn't that what he says?
Hey, dude. Yeah. We haven't had like any. There's no characters anymore to be like, let's associate them with the candy bar.
Mm-mm.
But oh well.
We're losing all of our culture. Well, probably just, our culture.
Yeah.
There's still
It is.
culture. We're just no
I just feel
longer a
like
part of
once
it.
we're dead, no one cares anymore. No one's
Mhm.
gonna care. It makes me
No.
really sad.
That's the way it always is. How
That's
much
why
do
I
you
think Sam and I should just be buried with all these DVDs because no one's gonna want them.
Well, one day they will. If
Yeah.
We're gonna have a mausoleum and we'll get cremated, and then all our DVDs will be in there, and our posters and because nobody's gonna want any of this.
yeah.
You don't think?
We'll see.
I bet there's a whole chat room full of people who are like, when Sam dies, that throwing bloody sword. That's like
They'll have an
$700
auction.
Yeah, I mean that would be a good one. All them Jolly. There's a whole shelf of Jolly in there. Come on. We're waiting for him to die so we can get his movies.
Bill's got some good furniture though. Bill would have a good estate sale.
Oh yeah. I don't want to think about it.
No.
I don't know though. I don't
You got some good lamps. You got some good barware.
I do have nice lamps. Yeah, most of them I'm not even using right now. Ever since we moved to this house, they've been in storage in the basement. But
That was my favorite thing about going to parties at the old house was like
I know, looking at your stuff.
Yeah, set up and then just like
you must have thought, like, how the hell does he live with all this stuff in his house? I think about that, and it was just like, a museum.
But it makes me happy, and it goes with you, and it's part of who you are, and we celebrate it all.
Well, thank you. And thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate you. Thanks to Nora and Michael who donated. And
yes, thank you guys.
Also, we have another birthday to celebrate this week, Bill. Waldron Kitane.
Wally
the cat's birthday.
That's right. Did we mention that it was Becca's birthday?
It was.
At the beginning of the month.
Yeah, at the beginning. May 1st was Becca's
a long
birthday.
time ago. It was her birthday. We're finally
trying to find time to have her on, but she was in Seattle. And then just different stuff happened. But this is Becca's birthday show.
It was almost my birthday.
Yeah. But I'm so excited it was Wally's birthday.
Yeah.
So I celebrate Wally the cat's birthday.
Yeah.
And
that's why Lola really came on. She said, hey, Wally.
She's the first Wally. Yeah. But yeah, so these were the movies that Becca picked for her birthday. And seriously, the first one, I mean, it's been since we started the show you were looking for it streaming.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. And then
even if I wasn't going to be on, I'm like, you guys should do that movie every week.
Yeah,
and then it just was never streaming.
Yeah.
So.
How old were you?
Okay, so.
Probably like 7.
7. What were you saying, Bill? Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw this that young. Wow. What did you think?
Loved it. I think that's, being younger, I liked all the different characters and the different costume changes and stuff like that. And it's a visually appealing movie. Like I said, the clothes, the colors, the music, it's not boring. It's great. Like, I love stuff like that. And I've always loved, since being young, like a detective, like thriller. Like if you were to ask me, other than horror, like my next favorite would be thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Like murder mystery thriller.
Yeah, anybody see the picture of my wife standing in the Green River getting samples to bring home? There's there's little jars of water.
I got some Green River.
There's water from the Green River where one of the kill sites was. She FaceTimed me. She's like, look where I am. I'm like, you're in a river? She's like, I'm at the Green River. So
something just, I don't know. It's not even an obsession with like the serial killers themselves. It's the whole idea of what they did. And like, there's so much, like when I go to Seattle, there's so much serial killer history there. It's crazy. So.
Is that like an extremely active area for serial killers?
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Right behind my aunt's house, about 10 minutes is Steiger Mountain. That's a Ted Bundy dumping site.
What is it about Seattle, man?
Like 15 minutes from her house is like where Ted Bundy abducted 2 girls in one day at like Sammamish Park. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. This is the stuff she falls asleep to.
And it's crazy because, I watch these crime shows on TV and some of the players that were involved and some of the police are still active in their communities today. So, like, the head detective that hired, or hunted the Green River Killer. Like he ran for, politician stuff there, and like so it's crazy to still something that I watch on TV back here in Pennsylvania. Is still kind of in the news out there. So
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
I tried to get involved in.
we don't have enough serial killers in Pittsburgh. If you ask.
I tried to get involved in the about the Green River Killer. There was a big, long show about it on ID Network, and
Yeah.
I fell into one of those traps where like I got sucked into it. And I'm like, okay, I'll just watch it. I'm like, it's over like in another couple minutes. I'll just watch it to the end, and then they're like coming up on the next part of the Green River, and there were
Yeah.
like. It was an 8-hour thing, and I was like, "No way! There's no way this has to be 8 hours long." Like,
It doesn't, but I will sit there and watch all 8 hours of it over
Lord.
and over again.
Also, she falls asleep and then she'll say, "Can we watch that one again?" I'm like, I saw that one 3 times. She's like, "Well, I just want to see it again," and we watch it again. So the only thing you miss out on, Bill, of watching them is that I do dances to each of the theme songs. I have a really good "Evil Lives Here" dance that I do, and it's like a fan dance.
Evil lives here, neighbor
And
from
the
hell.
new,
Fear thy
theme
neighbor.
music to 48 Hours. He has a whole
I have a big 48 hours
dance
routine.
to that.
Yeah, I have that. And what's the new one you're watching? I Want to Know How I Died.
Or Tell Me How I Died.
Tell Me How I Died. And it's just voices going, "Tell me how I died. Tell me how I died." I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like, who okayed this?
She falls asleep so easily to this. And like, you'll come out in the middle of the night and it's on, and you'll be like, the 14-year-old child was killed with a drill to the head, and they used luminol.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay.
I get horrified by it. I'm like, because that's real shit, like that really
But see,
happened.
it has no effect on me whatsoever. Like
I
I'm
know
just,
they deal with
I
it.
feel like it should, but it's just I'm numb to it.
Yeah.
Like nothing shocks me anymore, like that.
It's no way.
And that's
to take
probably
away
a bad thing to say. I haven't killed anyone myself, and don't plan on it. But
yeah, right.
Nothing
Like we
shocks
believe you after that.
yeah,
Yeah. They'll play this on the thing. When you
I
kill
know
them.
this will be on my Dateline
Yeah,
episode.
like,
She said on an internet streaming show that she never killed anybody. She lied.
yeah.
And please, no one say I lit up a room. Jesus Christ.
She liked to run.
But
And
you
she-
do.
She liked dogs.
She
she
liked-
likes cigarettes.
Yeah.
She
She lit up a room. I hate when people do that.
She
Also,
turned
like,
every light on in the room. She lit it up.
Exactly.
and also they're like, gradually it falls apart when they talk about people like, yeah, she liked her methamphetamines, but that's okay. We watched
Yeah.
one last night that's where it got to. Like, yeah, maybe she was in a house where a whole bunch of people were doing crack, but that doesn't mean she had to get killed. And I'm like, hold on, reverse.
Maybe she beat her daughter with a wire hanger, but that doesn't mean
Yeah.
she was a bad actress.
Exactly.
No, exactly. Oh,
Hey,
good housekeeping in the
let's
future.
talk-
Speaking of that, I watched an interview the other day with Faye Dunaway she's talking about the character of Christina and that. She blames everything on Christina.
Oh, everybody blames It's like the new thing to
She
do.
said she grew up in Hollywood. She grew up privileged, blah, 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 blah.
What the
She goes,
fuck
I
does
don't
she
blame
know
Joan
about
for the way she acted towards her. I was like, great.
These people that blame Christina really crack me up because it's like, oh yeah, she's such a bitch, and she's this and she's that and she's manipulative and she's a liar. I'm like, who raised her, for one
Yeah.
thing, and second of all, she can be all those things and she can still be telling the truth because
Yeah.
like, why the fuck would she make that shit up? Like I don't know. Think what you will, but I just don't know. And it's not like she was the only one that said it either. Like Christopher, what did they think Christopher was part of it? It was like a conspiracy.
He doesn't talk till the end of the movie. Ever. Or he says Merry Christmas, maybe.
They wrote him out of the
hear him
movie.
talk.
Yeah.
I don't think he
But
wanted to.
We were out shopping the other night, and I wish I had gotten to see the whole thing, but we were at Ollie's, and these two guys were buying something, and I caught the edge of his T-shirt, and it was Joan Crawford when Barbara's there to do the interview from the Red Book, and he made this shirt, like how you make shirts, so it had Joan Crawford and it said Barbara something, and I couldn't get to read the rest of it, and I'm like, oh my God, did you see that? Yeah.
Barbara, please. Please, Barbara.
I'm like, if anybody knows, it'll be Bill, but it said.
If you need anything, ask Carol Ann.
Exactly.
Sharply interrupted.
And she's in the middle of doing this
Typing
interview. I'm like,
paperwork.
I'm going to choke out my
I'm gonna-
daughter. Just start like Bart and Homer strangle scene in the next room.
But I was like trying to follow that guy out to the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to think I'm a weirdo.
He's doing a show at the same time. He's like,
He's probably at home doing his mommy dearest show.
Yeah.
See, John believes Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably was like, "You'd be like, what do you think about Christina?" Like, oh, that fucking bitch. That's probably what he would say.
Well, I think these people that say this, like, for one thing, they act like they knew Joan Crawford personally, and they didn't.
Yeah.
For one thing, like, it wasn't one of your friends that got insulted or anything. And even if it was, like, you were not there. You did not grow up. There was one person in this equation that grew up in it, and it was Christina, and that's what she says happened. So, like, why not? You can still believe her, and you can still like Joan Crawford too. I mean, like, you like her
Pick
movies.
your favorite present.
Yeah.
But you're so invested that she was a shining example of a human being.
Oh,
yeah.
We all have things like that. If she was a monster to her kids, that's a very familiar thing, and it was very common in that time, especially.
She was also abused by her parents too.
Yeah.
Like, so like, she didn't.
She
know
admitted
how
it. She talked about it.
Yeah. So she's just like I'm not making excuses for her, but like, yeah, that's how things happened back then.
Anyway,
And
we're
now,
not talking
I mean,
about Mommy Dearest. We're talking about No Way to Treat a Lady, and it's time to go watch it almost. There's a link on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. You can go get it there. It's showing on Pluto TV.
Till midnight.
Till midnight.
Yeah.
So make sure you watch it now. And,
Yeah.
well, hopefully later you're going to be watching our second movie, I Know Who Killed Me, which is fabulous.
Is I Know Who Killed Me? Is that the most recent movie you've ever shown on the show?
No, we The Trouble with Barry. And that was 2013, and we showed Bradley's movie, which is only a couple years old. So
yeah.
I
was thinking about that today. I'm like, oh,
it's not in our wheelhouse.
It's not an oldie, but it's a goodie.
It's not really in our wheelhouse, but we're glad to show it, especially when I'd never seen it before, and it was really good. I'm really excited about I Know Who Killed Me. So, but in the meantime, you're getting ready to watch No Way to Treat a Lady, starring Rod Steiger, Lee Remick, and George Siegel from 1968. Eileen Heckert, Doris Roberts, etc., etc., etc. Murray Hamilton, the mayor from Jaws, is in it.
Almost every single person in this, like, there's no like bit play. It's all like people you recognize from other films. That's what's pretty cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dave Burian. We will talk. There's certain things we will always talk about on this show.
Yeah.
Mommy Dearest is one of them. Yep. But anyway, go enjoy No Way to Treat a Lady. We're going to go a little bit earlier than we normally do because this movie's a little bit long. It's an hour and 40-something minutes long. So
but you won't regret it.
No, you're going to love it. Go dig into it. Come back afterwards, and we'll have